Hi everybody and welcome to Let's Talk Monday. Today we are going to have a couple of things come up. First off, I want to say hi to everybody. I know I've been a little scarce as usual, but now I'm finally settled in, so we're going to have this on track more to speak. So our Friday nights, girls nights, what I'm going to have to do, I started a new job. So what we're going to do for the Friday nights girls night is I'm just going to make an announcement on Monday nights because I'll have my schedule and I'll be able to tell you which day of the week we'll be able to have that. So a lot of times, just to go ahead and let you know, we're probably not going to have it on Friday nights. So it might be some other day during the week, which this week I'm actually off tomorrow night. So tomorrow night is going to be our Friday nights girls night. So join us. Also, I want to encourage, there's been some people who have said, well, I have family who are not on Facebook or they don't have Twitter, things like that, but they still have internet. So what we're going to do is we're having YouTube. So we're going to be doing a YouTube video just so that way, if you have family who does not have Facebook, then they can still see these videos if you want to share them with them. We always encourage you to share these videos with everybody you know and to tell them about the Walford Ferial, tell them about everything you know about TS. So today, let's go ahead and talk about our topic today, which is going to be Turner syndrome and immune disorders. So there's a couple of immune disorders that affect girls with Turner syndrome, and I've got a lot of questions, especially from parents. And I know probably a lot of parents who may be watching this right now, they're like, well, Bethany, we've been asking you a lot of questions about, my daughter, she gets sick a lot. Is that common with girls in TS? Or, we're going to touch on that in a minute. But what we're going to talk about is the autoimmune disorders first. Then we will get to all of that. So first off, the autoimmune disorders that usually you're going to see with Turner syndrome. There's Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which is something I know a little bit about having it. And this will affect Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism affects about 33% of women with Turner syndrome. So it's something to know about. So what it is basically Hashimoto's, there is an antibody in your body that's telling the rest of your body that your thyroid's a bad thing. And so it will cause you to have hypothyroidism. And, sorry, getting a notification. So it'll cause you to have hypothyroidism. It's almost the same thing, but it's different. And then also we're going to talk about diabetes type 1. Now, diabetes type 1 and type 2 are, as we know, very different. And so diabetes type 1, there's not exactly really a percentage, but it is common with girls with TS. It's not unusual for it to happen. And then also we're going to talk about celiac. Now, celiac, it affects the way that your body, it's an immune disorder, it's the way your body processes gluten. So you'll have to be on a gluten-free diet if you have celiac. Your body will process it differently. So those are some of the immune disorders that we're going to talk about with TS. Now, some of the questions I've gotten from parents with TS, we're going to go ahead and get into this. A lot of them have noticed that their daughter, if one person, maybe in the family or at school, if they catch a cold or something, their daughter tends to get sick a lot more. Well, there's not really a rhyme or reason. Girls or anybody generally, let's say, generally if you have some of the issues that women with TS do have, such as heart conditions or, a lower thyroid system, sometimes that can affect the way that your body will fight off things like that. So it's not too common for a girl with TS to get sick a lot. I know as a kid myself, I would get sick a lot, and when I got sick as a dog. And so, it's something that, maybe let's bump up the vitamin C, vitamin D, be cautious during those times of the year when people are catching colds, getting the flu, things like that. So those are things that you're going to want to do. So, moving on. Well, let's get back. First off, let's jump to Hashimoto's thyroiditis, because I think this is important, seeing how 33% of women with TS are affected by this. So Hashimoto's, like I said, It's an antibody in your body that tells the rest of your body that your thyroid is a bad thing. It's going to cause hypothyroidism. It's going to cause lethargy. I remember when I first got diagnosed, I could barely get out of the bed. I had very little energy. Now I'm on levothyroxine. That is one way to treat Hashimoto's thyroiditis. So when I wake up in the morning, I take my levothyroxine and I'm good to go. You're obviously going to be checking with your doctor. They're going to be checking your hormone levels to see where you are, to see if they need to up your Synthroid or lower it, things like that. And then when it comes to diabetes, your doctor's going to want to put you on a special diet to maintain your diabetes. Also, insulin is going to be one thing that's required if your diabetes is that way. Most type 1 diabetics are insulin dependent, which means that they will be on insulin. And then for celiac, the main thing you have to do is just maintain a different diet, a gluten-free diet, which I know these days is getting easier. Back in the day, it wasn't that easy to maintain a gluten-free diet. Now they have like rice flour, things like that, rice cakes, if you like to make sandwiches, things like that. I have a family member who is now on a gluten-free diet, and there's different ways around it. And I was actually surprised at the many things that people who are on a gluten-free diet now can have. There's even gluten-free pretzels and stuff like that now, like gluten-free snacks. It's amazing. And so those are some of the things that you're going to want to be aware of. So we're going to end this for today, and I can't wait to see your comments and questions and everything. Like I said, we're doing YouTube and we're doing Facebook Live at the same time today. So thank you for joining us on YouTube, and thank you for joining us on Facebook. Tell your friends and family about us. Be sharing these videos. And also, as I said, for the YouTube channel, I'm going to put a link up for that on Facebook. And we're going to try to upload the Let's Talk Mondays, the Ladies Night videos, and there's also going to be a vlog. So 3 videos a week. We're going to try to keep this up, and we'll see you next week. Drink wine if you're legal. And always, always share the Walk for Ferial page. Go like their page if you haven't yet. And we'll see you next week. And so Ladies Night is going to be tomorrow night this week at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you then. Bye.